Now, let me just say this. I know this sounds cold. But you know what a free society is? It's a survival of the fittest. It is. I don't care how else you look at it. And if you believe that, like our forefathers did, then you got to expect people are going to die. I could tell you stories, man, of what the Spartans were like, man. This is nothing compared to how the Spartans were thousands of years ago, man. All right, so you're weak. You're going to die. All right, so look, I'm 62 years old. God's blessed me, and I want to live as long as possible. Don't misunderstand me. But I'm ready to go. I don't want this country to change from its founding because I'm going to die because I'm sick and I catch a virus one day. And I want the whole government, the federal government, the state government, to take care of me. You know how selfish and self-centered that is? All right, I hate to say this, but grandparents are going to die. Elderly people are going to die. People in our church may die. And look, that's a fact of life, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do? Walk around, have the government buy an IV system that's a mobile IV system that can go around with you all around the world every time, so you can live to be 120, you know. Like, you know, Ginsburg, somewhere, you know, she's got an IV. She might be 6 feet buried, but she's got an IV pumped into her just to keep her breathing and, you know, have the machines pumping it just so her law clerks can vote for her, you know. Some people are going to die. Good people, wicked people. There's no way you can get around it, ladies and gentlemen. But you're asking the federal government, you're asking America to change from its founding because some people are going to die. That's stupid. I say build a wall. The government supporting and extending the life of stupid people who smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, drink liquor, drink alcohol. They take prescription medications. They're addicted while penalizing capitalists and entrepreneurs and businessmen and free enterprise. So even if you have a pre-existing condition, now the government is forcing the insurance company to give you health insurance, even though you're poisoning your own body willingly. Americans are stupid. Yeah, I want the government to take care of me in health insurance, even if I have a pre-existing condition that I cause on my own body. Because you don't want to suffer. You want everybody else to pay for your stupidity. So everybody wants free health insurance, free education, free housing, free money. Free, stupid American people. I say build a wall. And that's the danger of President Trump. He's federalizing things now, you know. Federalizing General Motors, enacting the Defense Production Act. Now the government, there's no national emergency. There's no national emergency. There's no national emergency. There's no secret or invisible enemy. The enemy of the people is the Democrat Party and the media. Sick people have died for thousands of years, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want my nation to be ruined any further because some socialists and communists want to change this society. They're the ones that don't want to build a wall. Isn't it interesting? The same people that don't want to build a wall want to take away your liberties. The same people who want illegal immigrants to come in our country and become citizens are the same ones who say that what you're saying is hate speech because it's offending these newly come illegal immigrants. I say build a wall. Conservatives and liberals say that if a woman on welfare keeps having children, that she ought to be sterilized. And people applaud that. You're going to force someone to be sterilized. That's not a free society. What they're afraid and too spineless to say is that all welfare and food stamps and all government assistance should be abolished. That's what they should say. But they want to give it to people, and then because they live and act and breathe like a bunch of animals, and they say, we're going to sterilize that man and sterilize that woman, they're going to choose who to sterilize. I say let them live wherever they want. Let them suffer the consequences without the government helping them. I don't believe there should be any public parks, any basketball courts, any tennis, public. No public tennis courts, no public golf courses, no public libraries, no boys and girls club, no YMCAs, no public colleges, no public schools, no public anything. What happened before we had family courts in our country? What happened? Most of the time, married couples worked it out. The reason they say we need family court is to protect women and children. Or are they saying that women are inferior now, weaker? Is that why they say we have family court? That's why women, they go to family court. Why? Because the men, you know, they're just too much of a, they're too brutish and they're too physical. Are you saying you're not equal to a man now? You know the problem with women are? They're still upset that God made them sit down to squat to take a piss, and they don't like the fact that a man can stand taking a piss. That's the bottom line, and women hate God for making man a man. Get rid of Department of Social Services, Child Protective, Code Enforcement, social workers, food stamps, welfare, and all quarantine orders. It's what you call a natural selection. Survival of the fittest. Tell me what's wrong with that. Cold, hard facts, man. It's not popular. It's uncomfortable sometimes. But God commands you and I to take care of our neighbor, never the government. Don't ever take an Old Testament theocracy and try to force it in a New Testament age. Don't ever take an Old Testament verse where they had a theocracy and they met in the temple, they met in the tabernacle, and God was their king. And try to put it in 2020 America that is so lukewarm and hates God today. You're setting up a government that's run by the Antichrist, by Satan himself. If we can only save one life, then it's worth it. Well, then we ought to put guardrails in every single sidewalk in every single city in America. Because there's some maniacs, like the Muslim did in New York City or Paris. He drove that truck or the car right into the sidewalk to kill people. Well, if you believe every life counts, we need to put guardrails on every single sidewalk in every city in America if you care about one person. You know how stupid that is? That's stupid. It would have been a lot easier if you just wouldn't let them come in. A lot easier. These Muslims are dangerous. Alcohol kills. Drunk driving. If you want to outlaw something, outlaw alcohol. I'm not for that either. I'm just saying if you're going to do something, alcohol kills. They don't care about lives. They care about what you think. So long as they can change the narrative to make you think they care. These lying politicians have won. As I mentioned, abortion kills just under 900,000 babies a year in America, every year. Obesity and gluttony kills. Smoking kills. The flu has killed more people so far than COVID-19 so far. And it may go higher, COVID-19. So how do you stop COVID-19? Build a wall. My mom, when she came over in the boat, she had to go through medical tests and had a doctor there making sure she was healthy before they let her come into the country. And if you know anybody come from a foreign country, if they were sick, they were shipped right back on the next boat. Hitler was a National Socialist. He was Catholic. Nazis are National Socialists. They want to socialize the country. They want to nationalize industry and business and anything else they want. That's what Russia did. That's what China did. That's what Cuba did. That's what Venezuela did. But America became the greatest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world, the richest country in the world. How? How? Free enterprise. Arm-length transactions. I've got something I can sell to you for this price. No government coming in between. But that's not nice now, Pastor. Look, if you want to volunteer, you ought to volunteer. If you have something to give your neighbor, you ought to give to your neighbor. If you can feed your neighbor, you ought to feed your neighbor. The government has no business. I don't care if it's FEMA. I don't care if it's a hurricane. I don't care if it's an earthquake. I don't care if it's wildfires. The government has no business helping anybody. Why would somebody live on the coast of Florida if they know they're going to have a hurricane come by about once every 50 years and then everybody in the Northeast has to pay for it? If you want to take the chance to live there and have a hurricane come once every 50 years, that's up to you. Why should the rest of the nation pay for your gambling on, I hope the hurricane doesn't hit my house? If you want to live there, but you're about to lose everything if the hurricane comes. But, we feel bad for that. Then if you feel bad, then you personally send the money. You personally help them. The government has no business to force money out of my wallet to help somebody I don't want to help. What do? Build a wall. So about 50% of our people want open borders to allow the foreign enemies to march right into our nation through the gates untouched, without any inspection, no questioning. These same people want the massive foreign invasion of our enemies, also want to curtail our liberties granted by our Constitution. The reason why those anti-American traitors and enemies want that is because they want to destroy the greatest nation on the face of the earth. that's given more freedom and more liberties to people than any other country in modern history. The Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? He said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Well, I'm doing my duty right now telling you as a keeper of my brethren about truth and what God says in the Word of God. And truth is more important than food. This book is more necessary than my necessary food, Job said. Because God's people cared more about themselves and their vanity and their self-centered, egotistical rebellion against the King James Bible, they stopped caring about their neighbor. And when they stopped going soul winning, they stopped winning people to Jesus Christ, they left a vacuum in the hearts of men and women. And their need to be loved is being filled by Satan through big government, big brother, big sister, the nanny state, George Orwell. So what do you do, Pastor? Buy guns and ammo. And when you think you've bought enough guns and ammo, buy more guns and ammo.